You okay,
Dude, that's hilarious.
Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark Mysteries.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Mysteries.
I'm Dan. I despise Hallmark Mysteries, and this is the Deck the Hallmark Podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello, everybody.
Oh, hello there.
Welcome. It's Thursday.
Sure is.
It's Thursday. It is just a great day to be alive.
Yeah.
It's a great day to be with friends. It's a great day to be talking about a mystery movie that
New mystery series
that you could have seen
A month ago
on Hallmark Movies Now, or
Another
waited.
in the wheel.
Great app.
In the wheel.
I think most people don't have that app. I felt fine about waiting to review it until it premiered. I felt good about that personally.
Yeah.
But also that app, it's so awesome.
Yeah. Dude, that app has helped me out a couple of times recently. And
For
I
Hallmark movie
appreciate
drafts, but the app interface
even this
is
show
terrible.
Yeah, I just try to cruise right in and get right to
You
it.
get straight to it. You
Yeah.
don't frolic.
No, you don't mess
You
around.
don't poke around.
Don't ask questions.
You don't try to find the different categories.
You don't see what's up,
That'll
what's
freeze
new.
it.
No.
Nope, none of that. You get straight to where you're going.
Get right to work.
Guys, it's great to be here today, and I mean it.
This time.
Sometimes you're lying. but
I am
today-
sometimes. Guys, I think we all are. I think
can tell.
sometimes you walk into work, people say, "How are you doing today?" And you say, "I'm good." And truthfully, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you struggle. For me, honestly, today I'm not. I'm no struggle for me.
No, it's not a
I'm
grind
so
today.
freaking pumped to be here, and I got to be honest with you.
So is Aaron. Aaron's got to be back by
she's
now, right?
psyched.
Oh
Let's see.
my gosh.
What? She's just in the bathroom, or
It is like
Wow.
weeks now. Weeks of content.
it's
No
probably
Aaron
dusty
Shea.
over there at this point.
It's crazy.
Man.
What is it, like June 15th?
I'm so mad right now.
I think it's June 14th today.
You were doing great too before you
I
switched
was,
to the Aaron
I
Cafe.
was in such a
It
good
is-
mood.
It is June
The 13th.
13th.
Yeah, it's been-
I said 14th. sorry.
Payday's in a couple days.
But you know what tomorrow is? It's Flag Day, yo!
Our annual Flag Day celebration.
Flag Day.
I hope Aaron's here for that.
It's Flag Day. It's Flag Day. It's Flag Day.
There's the
Day.
American flag. There's the Japan flag. There's the China flag. There's all sorts of flags.
Flags.
There's the Don't Tread on Me flag. There's the MAGA flags. There's the other flags that you can wave if you want to.
Flag Day.
Pull out those flags. There's the flag with the bear on it. There's the flag with the snake on it. There's the flag with the horns. That's the devil flag. I should have gone into verse 2. It's not as good. Verse 2's not as good.
You mentioned some questionable flags in verse 1.
What? Which ones?
MAGA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't Tread on Me was in there.
Well,
for
Don't Tread on Me. The original Don't Tread on Me is fine. The way
Yeah.
that people use it now, they're stupid. They don't know
He's
what
just
it means.
covering
So,
all
you
the
know.
bases here.
Yeah. Flag Day will not be denied, though. It's the best day of the year. we go
I think
crazy.
when you list flags, you go America,
and
Japan,
we
China,
China.
Don't Tread on Me,
Don't
MAGA.
tread- and we
Those
had
are the
that-
5 bigs.
We had prepped that song for tomorrow, but as soon as I said June 14th,
Yeah, you can't
I
not.
can't get away
nothing
from
that
us.
I could do.
It just kicked off a
It's
series of
Flag
events
Day.
that we could not stop.
Well, tomorrow's best of. Whoa! Tomorrow's best
best
of.
of?
Best
Yeah.
of. Best of
On
year.
Flag Day?
Best of year
Did
6.
we plan that?
Freaking go. It's Flag Day.
Ba, ba,
It's
ba,
Flag
ba,
Day.
ba,
It's
flag,
Flag
flag,
Day.
flag, flag,
It's
flag,
Flag
flag,
Day.
flag,
It's
flag, flag,
It's Flag Day.
Flags.
The diss list.
Give me
for
an F.
The top
Okay.
10. The top 10 flags for that diss list are going to be nuts.
Oh,
They are.
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the episode we get canceled. Fun fact.
And arrested, I think.
Yeah.
We can't get canceled for our opinions on flags. Can't. Just look at it
Just
stylistically.
watch us.
All right.
If you take all of it out, like there's the main flag's dope. Like it's got bear on it.
It does.
It's got bear on it. South Carolina,
I like South Carolina's flag.
it's fine.
What's
Palmetto tree,
Alaska
crescent
have on
moon.
there?
What's going on
gotta
with
have
Alaska?
a wilderness on there,
Do they all
right?
have to be state flags? Is that the diss list? Because that's the worst diss list I've ever heard.
Top
of.
10 U.S.
We don't have
state
time for
flags.
this.
State flags.
Alaska.
Probably some pretty cool flags.
I would say so. Alaska's pretty boring.
That's it. It's like a constellation.
So Alaska's
Come
flag.
on.
I don't know if I can.
Man.
If you can see this.
Alaska,
if I
do
go
better.
Like this.
That's terrible.
Just do better.
Oh, do this.
There we are.
That's it. It looks like a kid got a hold of Microsoft Paint.
Yeah.
Found that you can put stars, like just
Do the shape, yeah.
And they just said, okay,
Here.
here. Done.
Ought.
Miss Janice, I'm done. I made my entries done for the flag. Watch us have some sort of really like important meeting, and I'm so out of left field here.
Yep.
I apologize. I'm sure that flag is super awesome and it means a lot to a lot of people. I think
Not
we
that
can all
many
agree it's a
people,
bad
I don't
flag,
think.
though,
The
right?
blue field is for the Alaska sky, and the forget-me-not, an Alaskan flower. The North Star is for the future of the state of
Okay,
Alaska,
that
the
makes
most
sense.
northerly state in the Union. The Dipper is for the Great Bear, symbolizing strength.
So
It is the constellation.
so that's the Great Dipper.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, a little cooler.
Little cooler.
Yeah, that's not. We don't call it the Great Dipper. It's the Big Dipper because there's a Big Dipper and Little Dipper.
It's-
if you call it Great
if-
Dipper,
if-
you got to call it the Not So Great Dipper.
If
or
the flag were better, we'd call it
That's
the great.
great.
I have
Yeah.
the best dippers.
I have the best. That is a great dipper,
Yeah.
man.
Great dipper.
Look at that
That's a
dipper.
great
Whoa.
dipper. Make the dipper
Liquid
great
gold.
Tipline Mysteries aired when?
again. Lord, I don't know. The 7th. No, yes, the 7th. The 7th.
A week before Flag Day.
A week before Flag Day.
It's Flag Day. It's Flag Day. It's Flag Day. It's Flag Day. Let's go. It's Flag Day.
Red ones, boom, boom. Blue ones, boom, boom. Black ones, boom, boom. Green ones, boom, boom. Orange ones, boom, boom. Rainbow ones, boom, boom. Flags. We're talking Tipline, Mystery Murder Time, the first, I believe is what it's
Dial
called.
Dial
Dial 1.
Mystery Murder Time the first.
And it went a little something like this. We're at a mall. We're at a mall. And there's a security guard. He's poking around. He hears something. Do you hear what I hear?
Flag Day?
Flag Day? No, not yet.
He loves Flag Day.
He does. He's
Oh, you know he
freaking
does.
going nuts. He's going nuts right now. Going nuts in his car.
The Flag Day song.
Goes into a jewelry store. Boom. Gunshot. Dart gun.
Dart shot.
Dart shot.
Dutch.
It's a dot. It's a dot
It's a
gun.
dot.
It's a dart gun, so I think he's going to be good. Cut to a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Maddie is the concierge there. She has some shady doings here to start the movie. I got to be honest with you. Let me just lay this out for you. She gets a call from somebody who's like, hey, I'm coming into town. I was promised room 1208. Is 1208 ready? And she's like, someone's in 1208. Can I interest you in something? He's like, no. 1208's got the best view. I heard the review, blah, blah, blah. So what she does is she goes and she gets a screwdriver.
A screw driver?
A
Is that a car that drives
screwdriver?
Gru from Despicable Me around?
Yes, it's that cool silver vehicle he
It's the
drives.
screwdriver.
And she just switches the door signs for 1208 and 1209.
Yeah.
Is that on the up and up, Ryan?
No, it isn't.
But, I mean, what else are you going to do?
She's
They
a
take you
problem
in your own-
solver.
Yeah,
She's a
that's-
problem
That's
solver.
what it comes down to, yeah.
At the police station, Beeks just found out he's going to be detective. He's just crushed that test.
Jet Beaks.
And then we find she's like, this is the best test we've seen in a long time. And then she's like, it's 96%. So I guess all the detectives out there are just getting worse to 96ers. At the police station, Beeks... that's it. Okay, so after her shift at the hotel's over, she goes over to the Detroit Free Press, where she works in the evenings for the Tipline. She tells her friend about a new app that she has that lets her listen in on police scanners, get the best info from what's going on in the city. She gets a tip that someone's abducting cats. And if you were to ask me how important is this storyline going to be to the overall story of the movie, at this point, I'd be like, I bet it's going to be pretty big.
Yeah.
I bet this is actually going to matter.
It doesn't.
She calls up the editor and she's like, there's cats missing. And he's like, all right, shove it, send it in. Beeks goes to check on a kid named Toby, he's arrested before. He just wants to make sure Toby's doing okay. But that conversation is short because a burglar runs right behind Beaks and he tackles them. So that's pretty cool. Maddie's listening on all of this on the police scanner, cheering him on. Yeah, you go, 12094. The next night, a new kid starts at the tip line, and she's showing him the ropes, and she gets a call from someone that a jewelry store is going to be robbed tonight. She's like, which one? No info.
Hardly.
So,
I mean, it is, but
she calls the police. Police don't answer it, so she runs down there. She finds Beaks. He's like, if you don't know what jewelry store it is, there's nothing that I can do about this. So she starts calling all of the jewelry stores, which is a way to do it after hours, but she falls asleep. The next day, she wakes up to the police scanner saying that they need an officer at this specific jewelry store. The owner has been shot.
it's like
He what, Brent?
He's been, guy, let me explain the process here. He's been shot with a dart, or as we say, he's been shot.
Don't group me in with you. You say that.
You've been trying to get that going.
He's been shot. Whenever I talk about dart bullets, yes.
Dart shooting.
Sharding. But this time, the guy dies. He's been sharded. And
sharded to death.
Is sharded to death.
Sharded
You're too
to
late.
death. Yeah.
You give love a bad
peace.
Obviously.
So that's a bummer. Beaks arrives.
That is a bummer.
Beaks arrives and is like,
this guy's been sharded.
This guy's been sharded. Oh my gosh. So
1402 here.
She goes down there to check out what's going on. Beaks is like, hey, you get lost, scram. But then when she starts to be helpful, he's like, this is interesting. You're interesting. Maybe hang around. She figured out that there was another jewelry store, Dart situation, in Cleveland. Both ordered safes from the same company not too long before. They're leaving the station one night, and this guy comes around with a motorcycle, and she thinks that they've been sharded, and tackles Beaks and squishes a hot sauce packet, which makes her think that he's been shot and is bleeding, and he's like, no, it's fine, it's just hot sauce. They have a moment together, though, and they're clearly growing closer. They can't figure out how the guy broke into the jewelry store because there's nobody on the security footage, and they both have this aha moment, which is, what if they came in another way? They realize that both of these jewelry stores are within strip malls, and so someone could have been in the other store, cut a hole through, come on in, call me later. And that's exactly what they find out. They go and they check this out. There's a hole in the wall. And
later.
What do we do with this information? Who can really say for sure? But they do not. The building next door that's connected through the hole is a pawn shop, I think. And they notice that a ring that is there is from the Cleveland store that got robbed. And they find out that the person who brought this in is Nick Ray. Nick Ray is the son of the security company that's been providing the safes, and is also friends with Toby. Remember Toby from earlier?
Sure do.
So they go to talk to them, find out that Nick Ray is actually living with Toby and Toby's girlfriend, Amanda. So they then go to try to talk to Amanda and Toby because they both work at a pet store, which is awfully convenient because they find out that the medicine within the dart itself that is used for the sharding is a something you can only get prescribed from a vet.
Yep.
Go vet.
Yeah.
And so they go to talk to him, and Toby kind of is like, whatever, man, I don't know what to tell you. But then Beak finds the dart gun in Toby's locker.
That should be it, right?
That should be it.
Wrap
Toby
it
goes
up,
off
yep.
running. Finally, Beaks tracks him down, and he's like, hey, man, I didn't do it, I promise. And Beak's like, all right, Sweet. Dope. Thanks, man. Maddie, though, ends up getting a tip, I think, somehow that another jewelry store is potential to be broken into. So she goes and she sees somebody breaking in. And she's like, this is my moment. She tries to call Beeks. Beeks doesn't answer. He's dealing with Toby. So she just goes in and someone tackles her. Who is it? It's Amanda. Amanda's the one. Amanda framed Toby. Amanda is a bad person. Amanda hurt her ankle, needed money to pay for college, I think.
Yeah.
And so that's why she was doing all of that. Job well done. To celebrate, Maddie gets a police handbook, so maybe she can start to become a police officer of herself. And she finds a kitten. And for those of you that are wondering, the cat was returned to its owner. And that, my friends, was
Tipline Mysteries. Dial 1 for murder.
We did it.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We will break this movie down here on Deck the Hallmark. It's that Flag Day. Baby.
Yeah, it is that FDE.
Welcome back, everybody. It's great to be here today. Talking about the Tipline Mystery Murder Fun Time. A new mystery series. Very excited to talk about it. We're going to start with a hot take. I'm going to start with my good friend Brian. Brian, what did you think of this new mystery, the Tipline?
Yeah, thanks. Perfectly frank. I'm pretty psyched for a new mystery series here on the network. It's about time.
We haven't had one of these in days.
It feels like more than days, but yeah, I had a really good time with this one. I had to watch this in different parts. I couldn't
increments,
increments, as some might say,
in different parts.
And every time I had to pause it and step away, I was kind of like, annoyed. Like I didn't want to step away. Which to me, I was like, I guess I'm really digging this. The writer of this, Christine Conrad, I think it's pronounced. She holds a master's in.
So would Conrad be pronounced?
Well, it has a T at the end of it, so I'm not sure if that plays in here. A secret T.
That's John Smith, I think.
Smith. I don't know if the H is silent there. Conrad. She has a master's in criminal justice. So right off the bat. And she's got her name to a lot of high quality stuff. And so I knew going in, like, there's going to be some good stuff here. And it delivered. Chemistry, really cool. The awkwardness of Maddie, like, I feel like she played that so well. I feel like this is what newspapers need to make a comeback, a roaring comeback. So if this is kind of how it's done. This one's firing on all cylinders for me. Really hit the spot.
2 in a row this week. It's unbelievable.
You're right. Strong week.
Yeah, man. It works for me too. I love this movie. I thought it was a ton of fun. And a good mystery. I thought it was a really good time. The leads were fantastic together. I thought that they were just right away. They had a really good chemistry. I'm concerned, obviously, for the future of the Tipline. If she becomes a police officer, does she going to continue to work for the Tipline? Probably you wouldn't think so. Maybe she's going to work hand in hand with that new guy who works at the Tipline. Maybe he's going to become a bigger part of
that's why they put him there,
the movie.
Right?
But really, really strong start for this. Whether or not we see more of them, who can say? But really, really enjoyed it. My favorite weekend of movies from Hallmark in a very, very long time. Really well done, Dano.
Yeah, I don't think I'm as high on it as these two guys, but if we're going to keep making new possible mystery wheels, you could do a lot worse than this one. I think...
And we have.
Yeah, we've done it over and over again. I think, my big complaint, and Brian's as well, is stop making pilots and give us another Cases in Mystery Lane or Haunted Mysteries, Murder in G Minor or whatever. Like, give us some more of those movies, the Justice League one with Nikki DeLoach and Benjamin Ayers, and don't give us these new wheels if you're not going to make another one. Having said that, of this new batch of possible mystery wheels, this is one of the better ones, and I think it's because of the two leads and the idea. I think the idea is fun, but the standout here is Holland Roden.
Yeah.
She is fantastic. She's funny. She's invested. She wants to be a police officer. She's smart, but also quirky. And her character, which could have been an annoying character that's just wrong place, wrong time, is always very understanding and knowledgeable of why she's doing what she's doing, even if it's risky. And so her and McNally play really well together. Yeah. I like Chris doing this. He gets to act a little bit more than he does on most episodes of Wind Calls the Heart. And so those two together and the idea behind this, I think, have some legs, and they could go. It could go somewhere. So we'd be happy to watch.
That was
more
cruel. I mean, Amanda with the foot injury, bringing up legs.
Yeah. No. I mean, it was just tone deaf by me.
Wow.
Tone deaf by me.
Wow.
I would agree with you.
Day before Flag Day.
Best weekend of the calendar year, no question about it.
100%. Yeah.
Decent mystery, good movie with Bethany Joy Lenz. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. It's time for the feels.
And your favorite When Calls the Heart episode.
And my favorite When Calls the Heart.
So
Man,
huge
really
week.
good week.
Yeah.
Really good week.
Yeah.
Flag Day coming.
I couldn't figure out why this weekend was so good, and I was like, it's the leading weekend into Flag Week, which is all leading to Flag Day.
We call it Flag Week around here. If you saw The Office, I know you're right. It's obnoxious. It's obnoxious. It's Flag Day. 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 Go Flag Day. Go Flag Day.
Ones. Orange ones.
It's Flag Day.
It's time for
becoming a Hendrick on the Nines bit. You went to colors twice.
Did I say orange already?
Yeah.
No, you just were doing
did.
colors the last verse. The first verse you did types of flags.
I did
colors.
colors.
The third verse you started with colors.
I thought maybe I was the types. I thought maybe the types had worn out its welcome.
Yep.
It's time for the feels.
Yep.
Brian?
I forgot.
Pride flag would be a great one to include. It's June.
That would be. Let's save that for the fourth verse.
In my defense, during the colors, I did say rainbow.
Okay.
Oh, you did.
So I did
all
at
the
the
colors.
Yes. So
Great.
yeah.
You covered.
I don't know. I tried. I was
You
trying.
skipped the Alonzo interview. I don't even know what else I need to tell you.
It's
I'm just trying my best.
Just piling up.
It's Flag Day. It's Flag Day.
Flag.
It's
Pride
Flag Day.
flag.
It was a little aggressive, Brandon. I don't know. You have to.
Yeah, it's like you were doing that against your will.
It's like forced almost. So I don't know. I don't know where we go from here.
Got any feels?
Yeah. It's funny you said the cat thing didn't really pan into matter.
Because it didn't.
Yeah, though that screaming match was really funny in the
was
driveway.
funny.
So
Yes.
maybe it was all just for that, and if so, that was worth it. The name Simba for a cat just really, I like that a lot. That was my feels. Just naming the cat Simba. Pretty cool cat name.
It's a cool field.
Thanks, man.
I've never really thought much about the Tipline, but I think I would really like that.
Probably
if
pretty
I
good
could
at
do
it.
like a part-time Tipline gig, I think
We
I'd.
have one here.
I
We have
think
one
I'd
here,
like
don't
that.
we?
Ooh, we
The
should
Owen
open that
Hello?
thing up. Oh,
You'd think so.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think that we would. We do have one?
We do have
Does
one.
that
Yeah.
have one here
We have one. Do you want to open it up? You want to open it up for some tips?
now on Flag
Right
Week?
now on
Oh, we're
Flag
getting a call. Bramwell Jam Tipline. Who's this?
You want to switch any cameras so they can hear the tip line better?
Oh, I'm sorry. Bramwell Jam Tipline. Who's this?
Oh, hello there. It's me, Manny.
Hey, Manny, how are you?
I'm as good as can be expected.
What's going on?
All the gout.
Oh,
Okay, so
So
what's
much gout in my toes.
what's the news
Hurts
story?
Just to touch them. My tip is if you elevate your feet.
This is different. This is different.
If you elevate them,
Manny, this is for
and you get those little the little rubber like the Live Strongs, but for your toes, and you elevate.
Right.
That gout will go out of you faster than a hobbledehoy.
Manny. This is for like crime tips.
Okay, crime tips. If you're robbing a bank,
Thank you, Manny.
I
I
recommend.
don't know why we didn't keep that.
Yeah.
It's so helpful.
It is so helpful. And you know what? We have that line and we never open it up because there's people just nonstop. We got another one to Bramble Jam Tip Line. Who's this?
Not man.
Yeah, who is this?
The T-Dog.
T-Dog?
T-Dog.
T-Dog.
T-Dog. T-Dog. T-I-T-O.
Tito.
Yeah.
Tito. Okay. Tito, what's going on? What's your tip? You got a tip for us?
Yeah, I killed.
No. I think you're confessing to a crime, Tito. You killed?
I killed.
Are you
Last night I'd stand up.
Yeah.
I killed
is this a prank call to a tip line?
it. Hey, tip line.
Yeah, man. Tito.
Is your refrigerator running?
Yeah.
You better go catch
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Ah!
Oh man, I gotta be honest.
Dwayne,
I know why we don't-
Dwayne, is that you?
I know why we don't do the tip line. It's because of the fact that we didn't get a single tip.
It's not helpful.
one.
It's not
Well,
helpful.
I mean, if you
not
put your
one.
feet up,
Yeah,
something about
you get
Live
those-
Strong. We'll try that later.
Did we do it? Did you have
the
feels?
Yeah, let's say we did it.
Yep.
We'll be back.
That's the Hallmark.
Hi, everybody. We're back. We're talking about the Tipline Fun Time.
Flag Day.
Flag.
Octagon. Square. Circle. Triangle.
Shapes.
Pride.
Again, very angry.
Yeah. It's not. That's like a top rope.
No, if you notice.
Happy Pride to everyone out there.
Yes.
100%.
If you noticed, I was equally loud for all of them. You didn't think so?
To the tape.
Yeah.
It was like
check
circle,
the decibel level on
square,
those.
triangle. Pride.
Have you
It
heard?
was more like through his teeth, like pride.
Yo, have you heard? Circle gets to square.
Circle gets to square? Unbelievable.
5
o'clock somewhere.
Yep.
So can I ask you just a really quick question?
Yeah.
I heard from you that you were having a bad day last week.
Yeah. We
right.
talked about it last week on the air, right?
We did. Yeah,
aired
and you
it out.
left, and
I left.
yeah.
And I had 2 decisions to make.
Yeah,
Right.
you were gonna.
Yeah.
Any update on that?
I am stuck in Margaritaville.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
Can't
just
get out.
Just keep
Keep-
it between the buoys.
Keep between the buoys. I got it. Between
Wow.
the navigational beacons.
How about that?
Yeah.
There can't be any, like that. That can only be good, right?
It can't be good.
Really?
I mean, I think it more than like a few hours and your liver is just in big trouble.
Yeah.
It's time for the Wait What.
I'll
We
be back
talk.
for Flag Day. Don't worry.
Wouldn't miss it.
Nope.
It's time for Wait What. We were talking about what this movie made us go. Wait what, Brian?
Best of this whole episode. Just put it down right now.
Yeah, especially if the next one comes out around Flag Day, which it probably will.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
will.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me right now?
Come on.
It's like
Just
prep,
says
show prep.
self-repeating.
Yeah.
Self-fulfilling.
Circle.
I watched it in different parts.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Inception is what we
Yeah, I
call
think
it.
so.
What was she listening to? It was like half commentary, half informational. It was like it was
did
almost
not
like a
pick a lane.
podcast. Yeah, it was not a straight up what is it called? The what are those things? The radio. It wasn't like
Scanner?
straight up scanner. It was somebody on
said it was a
there.
police scanner,
incredible.
but
It was a
didn't
collection,
sound like
but
that.
the guy on the line was like rooting for the officer, giving like play-by-play color commentary.
It was weird.
So it was
very
almost
distinct.
You got this,
line.
1209.
Yeah, like we don't.
You
that's
got
not
this.
how that works.
I
at
don't
all.
know. I don't listen to a lot of Scanner.
No, maybe
I
that's
listen
what they
to
are
some.
now. Maybe they are now.
There are apps where you can listen in on scanners. And
Right.
sometimes if I hear a lot of sirens, I'll download one and listen in.
Dude,
That
I would love
fast?
to listen to some police
Yeah, you
scanner.
can.
I didn't know you could do
Yeah,
that.
you can.
I'm all in.
There you go.
So that was a little weird. The hot sauce thing, a stretch, kind of funny, but it
yeah.
was sort of confusing.
Ray
when it
loved
happened.
that.
You did?
And
You were
I
big on
liked
that?
The
I did like
I
it.
like the payoff.
Yeah.
Being
I'm glad
as
it went
silly as
somewhere.
it was.
Yeah.
But everything
I
before that was like,
appreciate a long play.
Yep, sure.
And I appreciate that there was a character at the beginning of the movie who just talked about how much he loves the hot sauce, which led to McNally going over and being like, I hear the hot
Just
sauce.
grab
Okay,
it,
put
yeah.
it in there.
And-
And
but
then
we
you
get
forget
the-
about
Yeah.
it. And you get the, and I don't know. I what I could have done without the commercial break,
Boom, boom, boom,
without
boom.
the someone's
Yeah.
been shot. Like,
Yeah.
it would have,
Yeah,
to me,
play
worked better as just a
Yeah.
scene.
Maybe that's
but
what it was for me
That's
because
exactly
I
what it was
was kind of
for me.
confused by it. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? That was just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
So
it's tough because doing it with the break, I think, served the purpose that they were going for, which was there's some serious danger out here. Oh, just kidding. On
Yeah.
the other side of the break.
Yeah.
But I think it works better as a bit if it's just within the.
I think
scene.
you're right
But
there. And the pawn shop, a pawn shop is 100% going to have cameras. It's a pawn shop's not going to not have a camera. Just impossible.
Yeah.
And the last one was just a red eye from Atlanta to Detroit. Please. It's like a 2-hour flight.
It's nothing.
So you're not taking a red eye from Atlanta
No.
to Detroit. That's it, though.
No.
You know?
the red eye would be leaving at like
5 a.m.?
5 a.m. Detroit time.
That's right.
To get in,
Yeah.
yes,
8
before
to
7.
8,
That's
9
just
a.m.,
that's
like-
just a morning flight.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've taken the flight from Detroit to Greenville before. It's just not long.
No. No.
When she's at the right after the hot sauce incident, they go inside in the break room and they're sitting down, and in front of her are just 2 crazy long candy bars.
Yeah.
Does the police station only have really long candy bars? They weren't like king size. They were all like long, like just, I don't know what they were. And they were just the only things in front of her. And I just love that after you thought that she thought that you got shot, you go, I mean, we got these long they got these long candy bars.
Remember Charleston shoes that were like
long, ridiculous, crazy long. That's exactly right. Let's talk about this janitor that works at the custodian.
He's a maintenance
man.
George was
George is a red herring, and
it's the best.
Yep.
My favorite thing about him is he's having a conversation with her. He puts his tool box on the table, and it has a sticker on it that
really
says,
wish we could have found out how long it would have taken him to get there.
Tool cat?
Tool shart.
Tool bag. Is it tool bag? Tool belt.
And on the box is a sticker that says, I love my boat.
You can't do this.
And I go and I write down, how much does this guy have to love his boat to have a sticker on it?
That's right.
But luckily we get some explanation. The explanation is, I love boats. I don't have one yet. So my son got me the sticker. And like, I think the son is like doing one of those things where it's like, hey, just keep focusing on the stick. You'll have this boat eventually.
Yeah. Aspirational.
But it's also just really mean.
Yeah.
It's like really like passive aggressive. Dad's always talking about how he's going to buy us a boat. This is as close as we're ever going to get. Here's this sticker. I love my boat. So you can constantly remind people, because they're going to ask. Mm-hmm. They're going to ask about the boat, and you're going to have to always say to them, I mean, I don't have one. I don't have a boat.
Far be it from us to come down on the side of big boat.
Right.
I'm pretty sure if you don't have a boat, you shouldn't have a sticker that says "I love my boat."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's wild.
Yeah.
And I do love the fact that they made him a red herring in the old-fashioned way, not in the like the Hallmark movies sense where it's like everybody comes on, it's like, this is how I could have done it. Like he's always just talking about how I just came into some money. I'm going up to Michigan.
Just patch that wall.
That's right. I got hired by this other jeweler across town. It's like so obvious that it only could have been ruined if he was the actual killer.
Just nice to know that there's some people that really are just crushing it out there. He just came into some money. He's a hardworking guy, and dadgummit, he's going to get that boat.
He's retiring to Michigan. He bought a lake house.
He's going to get that boat.
No boat, though.
No boat yet.
Not yet.
Got the lake house. Got the sticker. Next step, boat. The pawn shop you mentioned, this guy, they finally come out and they're like, this could be stolen. And he's like, listen, I don't deal with hot goods. All of my stuff is on the up and up. And then when they find out, when he gives them the name that it's Nick, they do the research, and it turns out Nick has been arrested before for stealing and selling goods.
That's right.
If you're not going to even do a background check, you can't be out there going, I don't sell hot goods. I don't sell stolen goods. Just say, like, I don't know where the stuff comes from. Because clearly you didn't do a check. A simple background check on the people that are supplying you with jewelry would show this guy's stolen goods before and sold them. So it was a really bold move by this pawn shop owner to be like, I would never do business with someone who steals stuff. I wouldn't do it. No. There's no way for me to know, but I got a feeling. I got a feeling for this type of stuff. Dano?
At the beginning of this movie, Holland Roden answers the phone while she's working at the hotel, and this guy's like, it's in the notes, I should have 1208. She's like, it is. Somebody's in that room. She's like, I'll take care of it. And instead of going, hey, you've got to move rooms to whomever's in there, she goes up and she switches the numbers on the door. Wouldn't everyone walking down the hall of the hotel be like, all right, there's 1205, 1206, 1207, 1209. Everyone would immediately know that the jig was up, right? Yeah. Like that is not a solution. That's like Job Bluth with his cooler. It buys us 2 seconds. Like it doesn't help you. They're still going to figure that out when the numbers aren't in the correct order. they go over to Amanda's house, and her grandma technically lives there but is never around. And to show that two 20-year-olds live there, there is an immaculate house. It's perfect. But in the living room, on the couch, around the couch, and the table in front of the couch, there are empty bottles and a Jenga game mid-game. So the way that these 20-year-olds have been partying is, let's keep the house spotless, but this one area, let's never clean it up and just have a Jenga game that's always mid-go.
This is the party zone.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Nothing screams party like Jenga.
And the trash barrels in the driveway were on the ground.
That's right.
Knocked over too, which was obviously a big
Those
tell.
are the two things. The guy that helps out of the tip line gets this call where the voice is modulated, and he separates the audio and his whatever, and then he's like, and look what else I found, and he plays what is clearly a baby cry, like evidently to everyone on or from planet Earth, like clearly a baby crying, and we hear it, and then Holland Roden goes, "A cat?" And he's like, "No, but something that cries at the same frequency as a cat." Mm-hmm. It's a baby. This is a baby. It is clearly a baby. No one ever has heard a cat and been like, is that a baby crying? Like, guys, it's a baby.
Do you think frequency there meant
the same pitch?
Same pitch?
Not the same amount. There's no way cats cry as much as baby.
Oh, yeah, it had to mean the pitch, yeah.
Yeah. But it isn't that either.
A lot. No.
It isn't that either. It's neither. Neither nor.
It's time for a cry or cat. Play that clip.
Oh, that's a cat if I've ever heard
That's a cat,
one.
yes.
It was a baby.
Hungry
Whoa!
Oh, man.
Prove my own weight went wrong.
It's harder than
it's wrong with you, just didn't do it.
Harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
Subliminal Gem tip line. Who's this?
Oh, no. It's my turn already?
Yeah, what happened?
I just saw a guy leave. He left.
You saw a guy
He took everything. He took all of it.
From where?
From the Domino's.
He took all of it.
He took all of it.
Is that? Can you quiet? Sir? Can you shut your baby up, please?
That's a cat.
Oh, sorry.
Dumb.
Okay. How do you know it's all of it?
I'm in my Tercel. He ran out with all of it.
Wait, where are you?
In my Toyota Tercel.
How do you know it's all of it?
Because I know. Gosh darn it.
All right, we'll send someone out.
Pluto, shut up.
Pluto's the cat's name.
You have a problem with that?
There's just a famous dog named Pluto.
Took it all. Come quick.
Okay. I guess that's not really what we do, but we'll get someone out there.
Thank you.
Did you guys hear that? Someone took all of the Domino's.
All I heard is that baby wouldn't shut up.
What does he mean? I
don't know.
Is it a delivery driver who just is like
could be
delivering some pizza?
He's kept that Tercel in good shape to have it this long.
Yeah,
too.
And it sounded like he was on Bluetooth, which I didn't know a Tercel could do. So
it's been modified.
There's a lot there, I think.
It's time for what the Hallmark is where we want to could have been a good quiz. What are you still wondering about, Brian?
Yeah, Grazier, the detective who retired, quote unquote, which I use that loosely. It felt a bit more like a mutually agreed upon separation between him and the police department. And I want to know what else this guy's been up to. Why he was definitely fired, and they just said, "All right, let's make this look like you're stepping away for not against your will." So what else has he done? He's got some skeletons in the closet.
Does what's her name in this movie? Maddie.
Madeline.
Does Maddie have a house? Does she have a bed?
She lives somewhere.
Does she? She works all day. She does tip line all night. She sleeps at the tip line, head on table. What's her story? We don't really get that. She's working a lot. Yeah. She's working a lot, and I know it's a passion project there, and so just a little bit more about the home life of Maddie. Dano?
One of the weirdest thing that they do in this movie is she's listening to the tip line or the police scanner, and they always are like, "Good job, 219."
Yeah.
219 is Chris McNally, and you can hear his voice, and then he becomes a detective, so they don't call him 219 anymore. And she mentions to him, as long as 219's out there, so it's like a "you've got mail" thing. He knows that she knows it's 219, but she doesn't know that he is 219. But it's so clearly, obviously the same voice. And then the payoff is so little with that at the end of this movie where it's like, oh, you were 219. He's like, I used to be. I don't understand why they did that in this movie. If it was like a long game where somehow they could make it where the voices weren't similar and this is kind of part of them falling in love, then I'm here for it.
Yeah, but hey, we're sending 219 out there to save you.
That's right.
Next movie. And then it's him.
But they put in just enough to not do anything with it. And I didn't understand why they did that. So
we did it, everybody. Congratulations. Tomorrow's Flag Day. We're all going to go freaking nuts.
Yeah, we are.
It's also Best of Year 6, Part 1.
Part 1.
So come relive some of our favorite moments from the past year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hallmark's The Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.